Hey guys, AncapTwoFour here from SmartMadden.com, coming back with another route combination concept video in which we're going to show you a concept of routes to get somebody wide open against cover 4 and cover 3. Now what we're looking at is the Dagger route combination. This is a combination that has been used in past Maddens with great success, and it was something that you'd be able to go ahead and get everybody open the majority of the time, no matter where you're on the field, by hitting this crossing route with this without doing anything else on this. All it was is an out pattern from the X route, which is the outside receiver. There would be a vertical route from the inside receiver and a drag route from the tight end. Now, that was the Dagger combination, but you're going to see in this year's Madden that it's just not as open as it used to be, and we're going to show you a couple different ways that we can get it more open. But the first thing I want to show you here is what it is if you just don't do anything. You're going to see that because of the route combination against, this defense, you're going to see that this just doesn't get as open. See, it's a much tighter window. That time I was able to throw it really quickly and be able to work it, and it works best on the short side of the field, and I'm going to get into that a little bit later. As you move it over to the right hand side, you're going to see that it's going to be less and less open, and you're going to see that the middle linebacker and this player is going to be able to cut off your angle and be able to get you from having the right spacing to be able to throw this and catch the ball and get down. That kind of players my face, but you can see how tight that window is, and that's not going to work successfully, and that's just not how I teach to make sure that you can run a play. But now I'm going to show you how to make it work. Now the first thing I want to show you is that it's got to be on the short side of the field, okay? Meaning it's got to be on the left side if the players running the routes that we're doing are on the left side. Now what we used to see is just run it the way it is. Now we're going to show you that we want to put the Y on a fade. And the reason why we want to put the Y in the fade is because he's going to occupy both the left cornerback and the free safety on this play by using that fade route as a decoy to get two players off, leaving a little bit more separation for the X receiver. The second thing we want to do for better timing's sake, we want to put the A on a zig and we want to move him over to the left hand side. What that's going to do is the player above Hester is going to use that zig, and that timing of that zig, plus it's not a route that's going to get bumped or anything like that, so you're going to be able to time that to when that player above Hester jumps the A, you're going to be able to throw it behind him to the X receiver. And the first example I'm going to do is keep the running back in the block, and what we do that for two reasons. One, extra protection, and two, the reason that the play action does sometimes throw off this route combination because the fact that depending on your quarterback's play action rating, you're going to get a little bit of a different reaction from the defense, and you want to make it consistent by not doing play action on this. Okay, so this is the route combination. Let's go ahead and show you how we can get this player open a little bit more. We're going to see that the A is going to pull that player. As soon as he does, we're going to be able to throw it to that player behind him with a lot more space. Now, another way we can do this, if you're having problems either with the user jumping that route, or if you're having problems with a really good player like a Luke Kuechly in the middle that's going to go ahead and jump that route a little bit more because of his awareness and his play recognition, you're going to be able to see that we can do the same exact route combination, but this time we're going to put the RB on a curl, and what that's going to do against cover 4, and this combination has to be the way you run it against cover 3 in order to make it work, and we'll get to that later in the video. But by putting that player on that curl, you're going to be able to get a little bit even more opportunity to get some more space. Let's go ahead and show that to you now. You're going to watch that middle linebacker is going to go to that RB, and you're going to be able to throw that player even more wide open with this Dagger route, and this is against cover 4 right now. Now, I want to make sure that you understand that it is not this exact play. I haven't even told you the playbook that I'm in yet because I don't want you to really know and worry about playbooks, more about the concept, okay? Now, the next thing we're going to do here, I'm going to show you how we can take this B receiver and move him over, and we can make him the pull vertical route to where he's going to be able to get the free safety and the cornerback out there, and we'll take the Y receiver, make him the zig, and just put the A on a streak to get him out of the play and block your running back. Now you're going to see that with this combination, now that it's not even it's a totally different route combination, but the concept remains the same. We're going to be able to get the X open. So let's watch that here. Watch how this guy gets over here, and as soon as he does this, you're going to be able to throw this play right in the middle and have it easy throw as well against cover 4. Okay, so I want to make sure that you see that. Now we're going to go ahead and go into our playbook and just pick a couple different plays and show you that it's the combination, not the actual plays. And now that you see it, I'm in the Falcons playbook, and I just picked any random playbook to do this. And I was in doubles on. The first play I showed you was the PA Dagger. Now let's go look at a couple different plays and kind of show you exactly why it's different. Let's go look at the ATL spot. Okay, we got a deep in route on this play, and we're going to use that as the base of this. Okay, so let's go ahead and let's pick cover 4 again and show you that deep. Now this one's almost 14 to 15 yards, so that's going to be even bigger of it. So we're going to take the same combination, put the Y on the drag, and this time I like the A on its corner route in case it's a man coverage, so we're going to leave him there. Okay, we're going to put the RB on a block, and we're going to move this B receiver after we zig him to the left hand side, and you're going to see that we're going to have that same success against cover 4. So I just want to make sure that you see that it is about the combination, not exactly a got it. Now you can see how Luke Kuechly moved all the way over to the left hand side. If I was on this play, I would put the RB on a curl route just to make sure that he stays closer, but either or, going to run into you both ways, right? So we're going to see here, he's going to move over, and you're going to be able to see that you're going to be able to get that ball pretty easily and catch it. Now I always try to do the possession catch on this as well, because of the fact that you are going into traffic. You might as well, protect yourself and know that from that point of view. So we can go ahead and do it this way this time and show you that we can keep that guy a little bit closer that way, and you can see how wide open he's going to get when you use that running back in that. So it depends on what you want to do, but be able to have that running back as a secondary. Now let's go ahead and look at some different route plays and different ways that we can make this work. And you can see that I'm still going to be on that left hash. So I want to show you another play in doubles on. Okay, so I showed you the PA Dagger. I've showed you the ATL spot. Now let's do something crazy and do something called smash under. Okay, now smash under doesn't look like it's going to work right now, but we can make this work, and let's show you how we can do it. Now what we're going to do is take this X receiver and we're just going to smart route him. Okay, so now he's about 11 yards. And what we're going to do on this is go ahead and take this B receiver and move him over as well. And we're going to use that Y receiver now as that player that's going to take those two players. Okay, so it's going to be the same exact thing we showed you before. We can use that corner route as our vertical pull, and we can go ahead and use that same A route as our man beater and kind of show it this way. You're going to see that this player is going to be able to get there, and that was just a terrible pass that kind of threw it down into the dirt. Let's go ahead and show it to you again here. Make sure that you see that it's still going to be the same exact way, and the reason why I'm showing it to you this way, guys, is just make sure that you see that you can find plays in your playbook to make this work based upon concepts, right? So you're going to go ahead and move this guy over. You're going to see that he's going to be able to get open right there and get the easy 10 yards by using this route combination with this. Now, I want to show you a different way to make this work. Let's check out a tray open set here. And what we can do here is go ahead and there's tray open. And look at this play here that I was looking at earlier. And it's called Falcons Dig, and I'll just keep it the same direction so we can kind of keep this going here and do against the cover 4. And you can see in this example, look how deep this in route is. You're looking at literally about 18 yards, and if you can go ahead and take the B and you can put him on a fade. Now look at this A route. Instead of doing the zig, we can leave this on it's a little bit of a spot shake type route where he's going to stop and he's going to go to the sideline. So you can leave it that way. We can go ahead and block our running back. You can see here when you do this, the A does the same exact thing, and you're going to be able to get that same exact separation for about 20 yards on this play. So always look to see in your playbook if you have any unique routes to see how deep they are and kind of do this situation here. Now we can take the B receiver, move him over, and kind of, play that 1-2 game where, we move that guy over and there's no reason why we had to, but just to kind of give the ability for them to go ahead and say maybe that's the guy we're looking to. So I'll probably roll out this time to the right a little bit and come back left, and you can see how open he is, just to kind of get that user to go after that one receiver, and just kind of stuff that you can do like this just to kind of have some fun with making sure that you can disguise some of these type of route combinations. But I want to make sure that you guys can see this, and kind of look at, put that RB on that And that fade, like I said, kind of just see, I'm going to go to the outside, everyone thinks it's going to the B, but this time you're going back right to the middle, and get that 20-yard gap, So this is definitely a different way, and I want to show you one more thing, and we can kind of go ahead and take a look at it here. We can do maybe a bunch set this time, so let me go ahead and see if I got a bunch set here. Okay, let's do bunch offset. Since I'm on the left side, I'm going to flip it. Let's look at this play called not PA, the deep dig, the one on top, okay? Now what we can do here, against the same exact route combination, we can go ahead and show you that this X receiver can go ahead and get open. Now what I'm going to do with this X receiver though is I'm going to motion him out to the left side to get him leaving a little bit more room for us because I don't want him bunched. I want him a little bit more outside. Then what we can do is put the RB on the same exact zig, block your running back, and show you now how we can get this concept open using the same exact route combination. So let's go ahead and show it here. You're going to see that this guy's going to pull, and you're going to see how open that guy's going to get by using the same thing. So if you have this bunch offset and you have this play, this is a nice play for you to do as well. What I like about moving him out is because it's a little bit of a delayed route with this in. See how he goes out a little bit to the sidelines, goes up, and that's going to really help that get both those players jumping that A route for you and get him wide open. And you'll see we're waiting for that guy to jump it. Once we see him jumping it, you're going to be able to get 15 to 20 yards pretty easily on this. Now, what I was saying before is against cover 3, we're going to go ahead and have to do it differently. Let's go ahead and show you that way. So right now I got cover 3 all queued up. And what I want to show you here is if we do the same combination where we move this guy over, put the RB on the zig, what we're going to do is also put the Y on that curl route against cover 3. So if you don't know if it's cover 3 or cover 4, you want to make sure you put that Y route on that curl to make sure that everybody stays at bay. If you know that it is cover 4, you don't need to do it, but we want to make sure that you have that option that if it's either 3 or 4, that you have the way to beat it. So let's go ahead and watch this here. You're going to see that the RB does that curl thing, and you're going to see again against cover 3 how open that guy is going to get and be able to do it. Now, if you don't put the Y against cover 3, you're going to see it's going to be a little bit tougher. I'm going to put the Y on a block this time and put the RB on its zig. You're going to see that's a little bit tougher to get this play to be off because of the fact that they kind of shift to the left-hand side. And I'm going to throw it right there, but you see how that guy is in his way. You saw Luke Kuechly right there. If you have to put that on that curl, because Luke Kuechly will stay at home now, being in the middle of the field when you do that. So let's go ahead and watch it here again so you can see the difference. Now he's going to stay a little bit closer, and when he stays a little bit closer, now you're going to be able to throw that ball to the middle and be able to get that open 15 to 20 yards against cover 3. So that is, guys, this concept. Like I said, it's the Dagger concept here, and you can do this on pretty much anything that you want with an outside in, and the vertical from the inside spot. You can be very creative with this. I hope you guys enjoy watching this. This isn't going to be an over-the-top type throw, but it's definitely a chain mover, and something to kind of go to when you see that they're sitting in cover 4, cover 3 a lot, and be able to attack those zones. So appreciate it, guys. AntCap24 from SmartMadden.com.